Hello and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. We are here at Simply Too Good headquarters and we are in lockdown. Boom! That's right, which is probably most of you watching today are probably in the same boat. And I just hope everyone's staying safe and well, and hopefully we'll be all out and about real soon. But for today, we're in the kitchen, so why not watch the show, sit back, relax and enjoy it, because you can't go anywhere anyway. All right, so what am I making today? Well, I'm making a fabulous recipe. It's that fabulous that it's on the cover of book 3, and we're making chicken laksa. That's right, that's how good this recipe is. It's on the cover, and it's also in Cooking for 1 or 2. So you can make it for 4 or you can make it for 2. So it's a fantastic recipe, and laksa is normally super high in fat. So this is a healthy way, so make sure you watch it to the end so you get all the ingredients and everything, how to do it. Super easy to make. But let's talk about last week's show, which was the quick and easy potato bake. And we have 3 fantastic winners. The fabulous Diane Kozak. Hi Diane, she's been a fan and follower for many years, and I appreciate you, Diane. Adriana Kugola, welcome and congratulations. And Denise Blair. They all won a personally signed copy of book 6. So of course we'll be giving away at the end of the show. But before we get into the recipe, can I just have a moment? Because I'm a little bit fabulously excited right now, because guess what? Yes, the spoons are back! Yay! We're so happy here because we've been waiting for them. Here they are, the fabulous set of spoons. So yes, you've been waiting for them patiently. Thank you. You can now go to the website and get my fabulous adjustable measure spoons. Boom! But I also secured something else that's a bit fabulous. Oh yes, who doesn't want a watermelon chopping board? Look, I had to buy them because I just love them so much, and I wanted you to be able to get them as well. So you can check out the website. They are here, the new spoons and the chopping board. And what I love about the chopping board, I mean, apart from the fact that it's a bit fabulous, I love watermelon, and it's double-sided. So see, I'm doing this because you can use both sides. It's got a little rim around it, so it sort of keeps the juices in check, which I really like that, so it doesn't spill everywhere. And it's also non-slip. I don't have to put anything underneath it. I do love the double-sided, so if I'm cooking chicken here, then I just turn it over and I'm doing the veggies. It's also soft. It's sort of softish that it doesn't make a lot of noise. I mean, it's hard, but it doesn't clank really hard like some chopping boards do. I just think it's a bit fabulous. And who doesn't want a watermelon chopping board? I know. Just go to the website. You'll see them. They're there. I'm so happy. All right, so let's look at the ingredients we need for chicken laksa. You know, it's a Thai dish, and you'll need ginger and garlic. Now you can use fresh if you want, you know that, but I'm using the jar. I've already chopped up 400 grams of skinless chicken breast because we've got a bit to do, and I just want to make sure we can get it done in time, although we're not going anywhere today. You also need some capsicum. Now you need half a cup of capsicum, and I just love the look. So I'm going to do a bit of green and red. You don't have to, but you just need half a cup of capsicum. You need half a cup of carrots. Now there's a special way we're going to cut them because we want to keep it authentic, and I'll show you how to do that as we go. Also we need half a cup of shallots sliced. We've got some fresh lemongrass. Oh my God, isn't it fabulous? Love it. Out of my garden. Yes, thank you. We're all going to use some fresh coriander. If you hate coriander, then do basil. Don't worry. And also we've got bean sprouts. So we've got a cup of them. Now also what we need to make this taste amazing is we're going to put in some turmeric, some chicken stock powder. The flavour comes from the Maximum curry paste. Now you can get this in all supermarkets, so that's what gives it that really authentic flavour. So we'll be using that. We're also going to use some cooking spray. I'm going to use the rice brand because I'm using my Neoflam today. We've got some stock liquid, and you really want to get that salt reduced one. So that's a cup of the chicken. We also need a cup of water. We need some noodles. Now we need a packet, one of these, because that's 1.5 cups of the Singapore noodles. So that makes it super easy. So you just need 1 packet of those. And we'll need some evaporated milk and coconut essence. I'm also going to use a bit of skim milk because I'll tell you why shortly, and some corn flour. So I think that's everything. So how about we get chopping? All right, so let's start with the carrot. So now what we're going to do, let me move this out of the way. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be using this beautiful chopping board for you. I've been using them for weeks or for a couple of years now, and I just love them. Now I'm not going to peel this because those carrots look great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down here. Now, if you watched the show last week, you'll see that I did this with the potato, and I cut off that little bit because it makes it very secure. So like when it's like this, it's wobbling and it's not great with a knife. So what I've done is, as you see, I just chopped that off so it sits flat, and I'm going to now cut it in half, and then I'm going to slice just about 4. Yep, about 4. Keep that on the flat side. And then what I'm going to do is, oh, here's my measure cup. I'm then going to cut them into strips. That's right. You just want strips. You don't want big chunks of, in this you want just nice little strips, as you can see. So I just, there we go. It just makes it easier to do it the way I just did it, because that way it's just safer with the knife as well. And you just need half a cup. There we go. And we are still waiting for the Neoflam knives. Things are a bit hard to get these days, aren't they, sometimes? All right, so let's have a look and see how I've gone. Half a cup. But see how they're like little strips? They're good. Just how I think it looks nice to make it a little bit authentic. I think that's great. I might even just, because it won't hurt to have that little bit in there. So there's the carrots done. All right, so I'm just going to put them in my bowl, and we're going to put them in a little while. Now we can make the capsicum, and we want just half a cup. So we really don't want a great deal. So let's see how we go with this. And once again, it's going to be cut into strips. So we just want the fine strips. Go through with your sharp knife. Watch those little fingers. Thanks for joining me today. If you're just tuning in, well, hello and welcome. We're making a fabulous Thai dish, and it's called chicken laksa. It is a favourite. My son-in-law Chris has already said, Mum, can I have the laksa? If you've got any left. And I said, oh, we'll see how we go. But this makes enough for 4. So, and I've just done 2 colours just because I can. You know what I mean? You don't have to. I'm just going to put a little bit more red in. Just use whatever capsicum you've got. All right, so let's put that in the jar, in the bowl as well. So we don't need our capsicum carrots. Let's put them over here, out of the way. Okay, let's do our shallots. Now we want half a cup of shallots. So always when you take them, just go to where you've got that, the root. Don't cut too far away because you're wasting it. So just take it as close to that as you can, because we don't use that. Now we're going to cut them into slices, and we want half a cup. And it's just such a great recipe because the traditional way, please, I can feel the fat sucking on the thighs, because they're using coconut cream in it, and that it can be very, very high in fat. Actually, probably at least 35 grams of fat for a serve of normal chicken laksa that you get in the Thai restaurant. We can go a little bit more, and this is what I want to show you now. See, a lot of people give up on the shallot at this point. No, I love to use as much of it as I can because it all still has the flavour in it. And those dark bits of green really look great in a recipe. Okay, shallots are done. And there is an argument. We always have an argument on the show, don't we? Do you call them shallots? Are they called green onions or spring onions? I'm from old school, and I'm sorry, I call them shallots. All right, so now what we have to do is the lemongrass, and we only want a teaspoon of it, and you can actually get lemongrass in like in a tube as well. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. But because I grow it fresh in my garden, I'll just be chopping it up here just finely. And really, in Thai cooking, the fragrance of it is just amazing. Just make sure you don't use the woody part. Okay, so we don't want that in it. Now, let me get one of my new measure spoons. Here we go. Now, I want a teaspoon, so I'm just going to move it along, and I'm going to add that to it. That's it. Good stuff, Annette. All right. Now, we just have to do the coriander. And we want a tablespoon. I've already washed it, and I'm just going to gather it all together because I'm a lazy cook, and I'm just going to just chop that up, hold it firm, and that's going to give me what I need. And you know what, as I said, if you don't like coriander, replace it with maybe Thai basil would be really good in this, wouldn't it? Oh, the smells that I'm getting right now. Oh, it's taking me to Thailand, Billy. We love Thailand. That was our one go-to place that we loved, didn't we, Dale? Oh, well, one day. At the moment, I'd just be glad to go up to Woolies. Well, actually, you can go to Woolies. Alrighty, so I want a tablespoon. Sorry? And yes, you'll say put it in with the bean shoots. Is that it? That's all my work done? All right, so let's put this over the sink. Just wash my little hands. And I'm just so glad that we get to do this each Thursday, especially now because we were a bit bored here because, you know, we can't go anywhere, but it is what it is, isn't it, peeps? All right, let's get cooking. So we're going to bring over the near flam wok, which I just love. It's just so good because nothing sticks. It's wonderful. And you do a good spray of the rice bran, which is what we always recommend, yes? Now we're going to put in a teaspoon of, there's a spoon, half a teaspoon of garlic. See how the spoons, you go down and you can measure exactly what it is, and that's why I've missed them because we haven't been able to have them for ages. And now I want a teaspoon, so you see I'm going to go up, teaspoon of ginger, and then in goes the chicken. Now I diced it ahead because we had a bit to do here, and I thought, you know how to dice up some chicken, but as you can see, it's not big diced pieces, it's bite size. There we go. That's that done. Over at my sink. I'm going to wash my hands again because I've been handling the chicken. And really, this is such an easy recipe. I really want you to try it. And as I said, you can make it in the cooking for one or two. So if there's just two of you at home, it's not a problem. All right, so we're cooking that, and then what you do, get the technique right, people, you just chuck everything else in. That's right, except the milk and the corn flour, okay? Everything else is going to be chucked in. So, I'm just going to you just cook the chicken for about 3 minutes, and then you put this in. And cook that for a couple of minutes, and then you chuck everything in. Bill just said, no, you're wrong. How could you tell me I'm wrong? Please. I'll just turn this up a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now what goes in is the carrots, the capsicum, and the shallots. So let's just mix that in. Look at the colours, people. Isn't it fabulous? And you wait till the sauce is done. It's even better. All right, so we're going to cook that. And what I love about this is not really hot. I like a bit of, I like flavour more than heat. And I think that's what's so great about this one. And as you can see, I've mixed the colours of the capsicum, and it just, so you've got the red, the orange and the green, but you don't have to do that. We just always have them because we eat so much salad in this house, as you can imagine. And I love bean sprouts so much. I'm excited to be able to have them in the dish. So let's just bring all this over because we can now. If you're having trouble getting coconut essence, just remember you can normally find them in IGA, okay? You can get them on the Queen's website as well, but I think you'll find that your local IGA will be able to help you out. They're not sold in Woolies or Coles anymore. Haven't been for a while. All right, so now what we can do is I say let's start putting in all these beautiful flavours. So we want, let me get a dry teaspoon, and we want a teaspoon of turmeric. And see how they fit in the jar? That's what I love about the spoons, because there's nothing worse than having to try and fiddle around, having to measure things. You just shove it straight in the bottle, which is fabulous. We want now a teaspoon of the chicken stock powder. We want a tablespoon of massimum. Alrighty. In it goes. I mean, you know, who would bother making their own sauce when you can just do it like that? I say that is how to go, because I love easy peasy. Absolutely. Now let's just mix that in for a sec, because I want those flavours to just get heated. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to now throw in the sprouts, the coriander. Let's put in the cup of the stock liquid. Helps build the flavours. Now we're going to put in a cup of water as well, because the sauce is important for this. It's not like a normal Thai dish. It's actually more a little bit soupy. Yeah. And we just need to put the noodles in and the milk and the. Okay, I might put this in now. I'll put in a teaspoon of the coconut essence. Boom. So it works out with the spoons. You can measure with dry and wet, which is really, really handy, isn't it? Oh gosh, the flavours! Woohoo! Now, if you wanted to make the chicken one like I'm doing right now, it's 4.2 grams of fat a serve. If you want to, you can also, the variations are with seafood, so you can actually do different seafood in it, and that's 3.2 grams of fat. I know, it's ridiculous. And for the veggies, I haven't forgotten you, chop in some tofu, and it's 8.1. Now let's put in the noodles, and let's give them a mix. I'm just getting a fork now just to help move those noodles around. Now my tip here is that if you're making this, I'd make it close to when you want to eat it, sort of. You know, like I wouldn't make it today for tomorrow. I mean, you can still eat it tomorrow if there's leftovers, but you'll find that the noodles kind of absorb a bit of the liquid, which is normal. That's what noodles do. So just bear that in mind. All right, now we're going to do the milk. All right, let's move this mess away here, Annette Sym. And because the evaporated milk now is only in the 340 mils, I'm actually going to add in 35 mils of skim milk to bring it up to the recipe, which says 375 mils. I know. We're going to put in now a tablespoon of corn flour. Let me get my little whiskey here, and we're just going to whisk that in, and then we are done. All we have to do is wait for it to boil, and you've got a really authentic, oh, what's that doing? A very authentic tasting laksa. Oh my gosh, it serves 4, remember? Look at that. It's beautiful. It's a complete meal. Oh, yum. And see, that bit of turmeric in there gives it that beautiful yellow colour as well as the massimum. So it's just a delight to eat. And I think, how hard was it? Yes, nothing. Now, if you want to win book 3 or the cooking formula 2, because remember, this cooks for 4, this cooks for 2, you can choose. All you have to do to win is like, share, and then in the comments, it's really important, you put hashtag Sym with the Y, number 2, so it's Simply Too Good, hashtag Simply Too Good, and then hopefully I'll pick you and you can be a winner chicken dinner. Alrighty. Oh. Now, next week's show, I'm super excited. I'm making a recipe that I haven't done on the show before, and it's my Drover's potato pie. Out of book 7, potato pie. Oh my gosh, it's a winner. It's just delicious. And if you haven't tried it, then make sure you're tuning in on Thursday because I'll be making it for you. And it's, as I said, it's out of book 7. And look, you know what? When I look at this, all I have to do is wait for this to boil and serve it up. I've got a bowl here, and I'd probably ladle it in and maybe scoop up the noodles so you get it in there as well, so everyone gets their fair share. And remember, it's only 4.2 grams of fat compared to at least 35 grams of fat for traditional chicken laksa. And I like it because, you know, we can't go out to the Thai restaurant at the moment, can we? Let's make it at home. That's right. Now, if you want more tips or recipes, and hello, chopping board and spoons, they're all on the website, simplytoogood.com.au in the shop. Alrighty, so I think we're not going to wait for this to boil, Bill. I think we can say, you can see how fantastic it is, can't you? I might take some photos and put them up later for you in the comments just because we can. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy, doing it my Thai way. And thanks for joining me. Oh my gosh, we're only down to the 1 class a week now, so I will see you next Thursday. And please, in the meantime, stay safe, look after yourself, and you know, if you get bored or lonely, get out one of my cookbooks and cook something, because I always think when you cook with love, and that's fantastic. Well, thanks for joining me. Chicken laksa, it's boiling, but we'll just, oh look, come on, let's serve it up. What the heck, let's do it. Okay, so here we go. So what I do is I pile it in the middle, like that, yeah, and then fill it with the sauce, yeah, like, remember this is for 4, and now what I do is I'll just get a little bit of the noodle, put it on the top. Hello, dinner is done, yes. Oh, thanks for joining me, guys. It's been an absolute fun time with you, and I'll see you next Thursday with Drover's potato pie. Yay, bye.